All right, guys, we are on day 3 of Unit 3, and we have a warm-up that we can do, and it says to factor that. And remember, the first type of factoring we always check for is greatest common factor. And I'm pretty sure that there is definitely something in common since all of those are even numbers, so at least 2 goes into them. But remember, you want greatest common factor, so we're going to check the largest number that we can pull out. And 8 does go into 72, but 8 does not go into 14. The only numbers that go into 14 are 14, which we can't do because you can't pull 14 out of 8, and 7, which you can't pull out of 8, and 2. And so I guess it is 2. So we're going to go ahead and pull 2 out. We'll be left with a 4x squared plus 7x minus 36. And so even though we tried to avoid that, we could not. So we are stuck with a hard trinomial. So we're going to go ahead and X box. And remember that it's a hard trinomial. We have extra steps to do. Okay, so 4 times negative 36 is negative 144, which becomes our multiply. And our add is the 7 in the middle. And you might want to use your calculator's table if you go to y equals. And you type in negative 144 divided by x and go to your table and scan through all the numbers and try to find a pair of numbers that could possibly give you a 7. Okay? So as you look, hopefully you stumble upon 16 and 9. There's a difference of 7 between them, but to get a positive 7, that 9 is going to have to be negative, which is good because then it multiplies to negative 144 and it adds to 7. However, he's a hard trinomial. That's what our sad face is supposed to be trying to remind us of. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drop this 2 down all the way into our answer so we don't forget about him. And then we're going to just concentrate on doing the hard trinomial and factoring it correctly. So we're going to go ahead and take the 4x squared and rewrite it. Of our 2 numbers that we found, I most likely would put the positive 16x next, then the minus 9x, then the minus 36. And group the first 2, group the last 2. And out of the first group, we can go ahead and pull out 4x. Left with an x plus 4. Out of the second group, we have to pull out that negative. And 9 does go into 36, so we're going to go ahead and take out the 9. Left with an x. Remember, you pulled out a negative, so it's going to flip the sign to a positive, which is good because then it'll match. And it's going to be a 4. And so x plus 4 becomes my first factor, but technically my second factor because of the 2 is actually my first factor. And then the guys on the outside, which is 4x minus 9, squished together become my other factor. Okay? 4x minus 9 looks very close to being a D2PS. However, the x has an odd exponent of 1 on it, and therefore it's not perfect. And so we're going to stop there. Notice it wasn't equal to 0. That's why we're not continuing with a t-chart and solving for x. It just says factor, no solve, no equal sign. And that's our answer. All right, I will see you guys on day 3, and we're going to go through and talk about even and odd functions. See you there.